What's up, YouTube? It's Joe Catapoli again, hanging out on the couch, trying to make some money investing in fractional real estate online today. I'm going to just give you a little bit of a update on Groundfloor. I know I've done a couple videos, and I think I've really covered all of this stuff in separate videos, but I want to just put it together a little bit. I sent a little bit more money on here, um, and so let me just break this down for you. I talked about the Flywheel Portfolio, which is a new portfolio that Ground Floor came out with. I think less than a month ago, where you're getting very broad diversification, but they're charging you a annual fee for that of 1%. And to me, it seemed like it wasn't really worth it. If I spent a little time each time I sent money in, I'd be able to somewhat replicate that, right, by buying just a little piece of every single loan. Now, I think it's not completely accurate, right? I'm not going to have the same portfolio that the Flywheel portfolio has, but I am able to set up pretty wide diversification. Um, and so, my thought is, why pay 1% if I'm able to do that now? Whether or not that's right or not, I don't know. You really have to do your own due diligence on that portfolio itself, and think about, like, is that 1%? Are you getting, because you're getting instant diversification? Is that worth it for you? But I just want to show you how I'm doing what I'm doing. And so, they provide a couple different tools. One is the Investor Wizard, and one is, and I'm going to go ahead and show you these. Um, I'm going to use the Investment Wizard today, but first I want to show you the auto investing. So this tool, and I did one video with this about a month ago, but it actually was broken into two because I didn't completely understand how it works. This basically, what it does is, if money hits your account, and you don't go in and do anything about it, if you have this tool on, it will just automatically buy any loans that are available, and it won't spend more than whatever amount you put in here for each loan. And so, like, I have a $5,000 deposit that hit today. Um, if I have $500 in each of those, it'll basically find 10 loans that are available, if there are 10 that I haven't invested in, and spread that money to a maximum of $500. That's why it'll be 10, right? Because 5,000 divided by 500 is 10. And it will just pick 10 of them, and put the $500 in. Now, how it's actually picking, I'm not sure. When I had an amount pop in there that was below that threshold, it just picked one. So it won't actually spread it across all the available loans. It will just spread it across. It'll do the maximum in each one, so 500 in each, divided by however many it can. And so if there were less than 10, then it would leave some money left over, and then the next time some popped up, it would run. And so I think that auto investor um, feature is helpful as money starts to hit my account more often when things pay off. But that's not the stage I'm at right now, and so I'm worried about, when I'm sending chunks of money in, that it gets spread out as widely as possible. And so what I'm doing today is going in here and seeing, like, okay, how many loans one have I not invested in? And we've got one, two, three, four, and then I think we've got, okay, all these are newer ones too. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I thought we had 11. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, okay, so there are 11. And if I wanted my money to just be spread out among all those, instead of $500 each, it'd be a little bit less. And so I could just manually change my auto investing numbers, but I think that would be kind of silly. I am going to change these because in the future, I just want, well, no, I still just want 500. This is why you're paying the 1% for the Flywheel portfolio, right? Because it's worth it to not have to go through this and think about it every time. Depending on how, or it may be to some people, depending on how much money that you're putting on there. Um, right, because every time I have money, if I wanted to spread it out, I've got to come in and do this. And I think, though, I actually don't mind at all doing this. And come in here and pick a strategy, and there are 11 loans matching this moderate strategy, which is actually every loan that we see falls within that. And so, I could just do the math myself, but this just makes it easy, right? Okay, so it shows me it's actually going to put 560 in all of them, 550 in a couple. I'm going to agree to those. You should definitely read those if you're doing this, and then just go ahead and click purchase. And okay, congratulations, I've invested. And so then one thing that's actually always scared me about this is it like changes your count. In some spots it shows 0, but if you go to if you should drop down and go to the right spot, it shows your whole thing. So it's just a user interface thing. It's not really how it works. But so, if I'm using that investment wizard when I'm putting chunks in, the only thing this auto investor is doing is it's handling money as it comes in as loans pay off. And so I've gone back and forth on, do I want to just put a small number in case a loan pays off and there's 10 loans out there? Or do I just want to be reinvested all the time? And so I wanted to, even if there's just one loan, just put the full 500. And the reason I using 500, that's what I've just have decided my threshold is for how much I'd put in each loan. It's not, there's nothing magical about it, but it's also now because I've invested that much in a bunch of loans, or just shy of that. Most of them are in that 450, 460. When I get loan back, it'll be around that much, and I want that to be reinvested. So it'll be, I'll have to adjust these somewhat regularly as time goes on. And I think every time I do send a chunk in, I would just go in and use that investor wizard. Um, it does make it so I'm getting uh, pretty wide diversification. Let me show you my investment activity. Um, I've got 58 LROs, one already paid off. You can see, the spread between B's, C's, D's. I just picked up, so that one that we just did just picked up a number of D's. And E, these, all of them I'm still pretty comfortable with. You want to look at it and see what these actually mean, but it's about the borrower themselves. It's about the market they're in, their leverage on the property and all that. But you can see, you can get quite a few different loans. Uh, and you could buy this many with $580, right? You only have to put $10 in per loan. But as I've only been on this platform about 3 months, there's only been so many loans that have popped up and are available. One of the things that's happened a little bit is I spread some of the deposits out further than others. And so, I could go back and when the ones that are still open, like some, because I spread out the paid off, when one paid off, I actually spread that out over everything that was available at the time. So I have all these that are only have 50 or 180. I could go back and really rebalance this while they're still open. I could have added more. Um, I'm not that concerned with it. I think that as long as I don't have a ton of money in any one loan, I'm comfortable. But that's the thing that you'll want to think about. And I think all of these things, and for people who don't want to make all those decisions, I think that's why they made this flywheel portfolio is so, you can just buy it. You're getting that broad diversification right away. It's holding 256 different loans. It's going to take me a little while to get up to that number where I could just get that instantly. Excuse me, if that's what I needed and if I thought I wanted that many. Um, it's going to take me probably another 3 or 4 months to hit that number. Uh, because only so many loans come up at a time. And so, I don't know, the more I talk about it, the more I'm thinking, is it really worth my time to come in here and do this each time? Or should I just give up that 1% a year, uh, by having that portfolio? Um, I think for me, I'm still going to do this because I actually enjoy, I'm very active with my finances. I have a bunch of different sites where I check things daily. And so having to come in here once a month or whenever I'm sending a chunk on here, is not a problem for me at all. And I think that if I refined my strategy a little bit, or if I didn't care about missing a loan here and there, I could just let the auto investor do its thing. Uh, but just because I'm a little borderline crazy about this stuff, wanted to just go out and spread it out using that auto investor tool. But it gave me a chance to like really share each one of those things all in one place. And so, hopefully that's a little bit helpful. I know it took me a while to figure out like, well, why am I using one thing versus another in each scenario? And hopefully I actually have these tools down properly now. If you have, somebody actually did ask me something about one of these in a prior video, and I think now that I've got all the questions answered and all in one spot. But if you do have additional questions, I'm happy to, if it's stuff that I've figured out, I'm always happy to share it. Obviously their support is available. Although I have heard some people complain about like they still, they get an answer, but it's not. It still just looks like their FAQ, and they don't really understand it. In any case, until next time, I'm going to keep making mistakes so that you don't have to.